Graham, would you out of town, so that was kind of a surprise. I did like what Coach had to say here from the great words now.
There we go.
Everybody want to come up close to the screen? 1956, she looked at her mom's room, put the bell on the back of Big Red, my pickup truck. I had a call. I was in Charles's office. I was there when you weren't there. And with there is white smoke.
So I'm just really happy to be a part of this, and I'm looking forward to that. So.
Fantastic.
Our starting pitcher, one of our few stars, food poisoning, out for the game.
Was sick.
When they go?
Did he eat with
They played Milwaukee, and fortunately they have a
similar to like we're doing this morning, and they would all say, okay, what is the risk? And
make you an offer already? Isn't he obliged to?
Bell, I could possibly, I guess,
Make sure that the bell stays here for the rest of the year. And what would I be willing to pay for that? Is that the question? Apply another insurance policy.
right? Or rate test.
Yeah.
this would be the complete opposite of an
It would be an F-250 truck again.
$10 per precinct?
There's always something wrong with it when you stand up. That means that some
Friday afternoon would be a great place for
Another activity that's taking place after the bandstand dedication.
have about 2.5 teams left to fill up. The others are committed, moving towards the end. You know, who's bringing who, and, we got Mike Love's bicycle, that's another one.
Yep, great if you could at least come and give Deb a hand with some of the logistics.
Yeah, one thing we could use help on too is we're going to set up a membership table, so they're not just one time, but ongoing. So.
Opening her home for a social.
The problem is getting it to the south because the delta is still a problem, but that's a talk for another day. Yay, that worked. Lead in Belgium had already banned catalytic converters. The reason for that, they were getting more and more soil, especially near roadsides, that was deteriorates, turns into this dump. Also give them to colicky babies. Not necessarily to drinking water. That was only about 10% of the source. Dust and other factors. So if you've painted over it, it seals it in. Good about putting things in their mouth. So you put a kid, average IQ is 100. People below about poisoning on a population-wide basis. It had a huge impact nationwide. That chart, that's happened in Flint right now, especially partially to save money. They were buying from the city of Detroit. It was expensive. Our water part, our car parts. The testing results, because lead isn't something that people test as often as maybe they can, especially a city. Finally, the state's drinking water regulatory agency stepped in and said, hey, what about that corrosion? You remember, the local GM plant said, corrosion. Ignoring a big fraction of what was causing the problem. And not necessarily ignoring. We are going to interrupt, you know. I know the governor thought he was doing good. It prevents brain development. So, this neighborhood. Again, is extra for that extra chemical to prevent corrosion. Are based on preventing look at every 3 years. And so it's, you know, the biggest difference is the third bullet here, that your water rate, bad decisions being made to save money, basically. You want to let filters. The key, though, is to really, if you...
going back to Flint, they haven't resolved the problem.
Well, I think they're correct.
But what do we do here to take the corrosiveness out of water?
As everything ages and all that, and people don't have.
Out in this country because there was a lead
Commissioner, after all of the lawsuits and everything that's going to transpire.
in infrastructure projects, that doesn't do much.
Not much.
Yeah.
It looks like
What she just did for us today. Fantastic.